You didn't watch none of our videos?
Only the Shabi one.
Only shit. What you think about that?
I like that joint.
You liked it?
And I saw the women joint too. The women joint's alright.
Which one?
When all the women was here.
They was bugging, right?
I mean, women, like I said, black women are bred to point the finger at.
You're right.
They're not bred to take advantage, of their own problems. They point the fingers at somebody else.
Yeah, that's that psych theory shit we want to hear. All right. So who breeds them?
I think society breeds them.
The white man.
I'm not the white man, but if you think about it, we have more old heads to point us in the right direction than women have old heads to point them in the right direction.
You're right.
Like we have dudes that say, "Listen, fam, that's dumb. No, fam, you can't do this." Mm-hmm. And men are less bitter than women are. A bitter woman will raise a bitter generation. And then under them, they won't even look for the logic. They'll just look for the bitterness.
Yeah.
And then they'll raise their children and even their men to be subjected to a bitter woman. So then you have, what's the boy name? Daxon Johnson or whatever. The dude who does all the videos, you know what I'm talking about?
On Instagram. The guy on Instagram, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you have dudes
the country
like him,
dude.
Who's sympathizes in any wrong thing a woman does, he points it back on the man.
Yeah.
And that's how we see it.
But that's simping. That's true simping right there. That is though.
That's the truth. Yeah, it's simping though. Like he'll say, "Oh yeah, it's not the woman's fault, it's the man's fault." Unfortunately.
All right, so he's able to say this stuff because what are you? You're a psychologist.
I'm a therapist. It's not like I'm able to say it because of my understanding or I'm just making this up. I'm able to say it because that's my opinion versus on top of what we see in the community. Because I've been doing marriage counseling for maybe 15 years. So that's what you see. It's a lot of pointing the finger and there's not a lot of introspective of looking into yourself. Why do you cause that problem? Or why that problem is there? That's how I see it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't tell you this before. I went to therapy before.
Okay.
It worked.
You went to marriage counseling or
no, individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to counseling because I go to counseling myself. Mm-hmm. And everyone should go to counseling because it helps you look at your problems from somebody else's point of view. But I think everybody should get counseling now. Islamic counseling and individual counseling, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to merge Western thought and Islamic psychology into one, and have a school of thought like that, which is kind of hard because everything I've seen on Islamic psychology is more tasawwuf, and it's like spirituality to the millionth degree. And I'm not there to even understand or being able to interpret what that looks like. And I need someone to dumb it down for me, and that's what I'm trying to look for right now.
So then you should have went to the masjid because Sheikh Omar.
Yo, I didn't even know about that. I just heard
Sheikh
about
Omar's
it.
the man.
I seen it. It looked like it was going to be a very interesting.
He's the man.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm letting you know he's the man.
I don't know.
Him and Amin were both like the imams at the same time, Master Muhammad. Okay. When Imam Kyrie brought them both here, and the only thing that happened, I think Sheikh Omar saw the nigga stuff coming after Imam Kyrie died. He broke out.
Okay.
But he was smart enough to do that. He's not on some I ain't messing with them, but he just I ain't getting in that.
That's our people, unfortunately. But that's remnants of slavery.
What? No, he's African.
No, I'm talking about our niggardism within our Islam. It's hard to reach to Islam because we have all that nigga in between it, and we have to navigate through that niggardism before we get to it. But Philly, we are very unique. This is how the Salafi thing caught hold so quick because we were in a barrel. Like you grew up Muslim? Were you born Muslim?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Philly, when you born Muslim, when we was growing up, we only thought Islam was in Philadelphia. So we only thought that we ones grew up, Islam was ours, we the ones. The reason why you're able to do what you do is because of us. And I didn't realize the problem in that thinking until I started using Facebook and started meeting dudes outside of Philadelphia, like CJ and all them too, who's Muslim like me. Like their Islam is just as tight, and their belief is just as my belief. And now I'm thinking, it's like, wow, yo, like you just like me. Because before that, all you knew was Philadelphia. So the Salafi thing came in like 90, 95, 96. First time I heard Salafi was in Germantown Masjid. I was in a cab, and my brother was talking about, yo, what you think about Salafi? I'm like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. So he broke it down, this, that, and the other, and said, of course it sounds great. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm Salafi. And that's how it spread so quick, because it played on our intellect and what Islam was to us. Islam was, we felt as though it was always authentic in Philadelphia. Always, like Philadelphia, if it came from Philadelphia, then it's definitely true. So if you had a man from Philadelphia and a man from New York, you will automatically, no matter what, go to that man from Philadelphia because he's from Philadelphia. So when Salafi started coming in Philadelphia, that's what it played on. Its authenticity, it going straight back to the Prophet. This is what we're supposed to do. Let's lead the way because we're from Philly, so let's lead this thing. And that's how it worked, though. It branched from Philadelphia, and it's spread out today.
I thought it started in North Jersey.
Well, Abu Muslima and Philadelphia was like on the same level, I guess. And we refer to Abu Muslima and his clique when you talk about Abu Muslima, because he was like the Jay-Z of what's his name? He was like the whole, like, you talk about Islam and you talk about Salafi, you talk about Abu Muslim first. And then you talk about others, and I forgot the other brothers' names and all that stuff, but there was like maybe like 4 or 5 names, like Abu Osama, Bilal Phillips, Abu Muslim, and these dudes were like the Rock. You know, they came in like this in their lectures, you know what I'm saying? So those are the bulls that first, but yeah, North Jersey had it too. But those are the full bulls who first like propagated what Salafi is. They're the ones who taught the classes, and then they talked to their students, and their students started teaching the classes and things like that. And that's how it spread from there.
So you didn't watch the whole interview? They was mad at me for talking to him.
I like Shadid though. Shadid is cool, but I don't know who like mad about what.
All right, so when you watch it, when you finish watching it, we gotta have a talk.
I'll watch it today.
But at the end of the conference, I didn't want to talk about Akida, right, at all.
Oh yeah, you talk about that.
And then so it got brought up, but I liked how he responded to it. It was, they were kind of rushing out at the end, so they were trying to get out, but me and him were trying to have a conversation. And you know what I asked him wasn't, I wasn't concerned about trying to correct his belief, because I don't care about what he believes. My point, I keep telling everybody this, is the people who follow him who don't know. So for instance, this is why I like Keith being here. Keith, he doesn't know all that stuff because he didn't grow up Salafi. He didn't grow up in Al-Sunnah. He just Muslim, right? So when we're here at the barbershop, he's always asking me questions. Why this? Why that? Those are the people who follow a lot of these dudes, who watch the videos. So when I asked Shadid, I said, you know, what do you think? What's your belief Islamically? He explained to me Ash'ari Creed. So then he says that it's not like I didn't study Ash'ari Creed. It's just not my belief. So I don't care what his belief is. I wanted to know why. Because you're a very smart dude, very intelligent, critical thinker. So I asked him specifically, in Ash'ari Creed, if we believe Allah exists, He's the creator, and everything other than Allah is the creation. That's the basis of Ash'ari Creed. How could you disagree with that? That's all I wanted to know.
But you can't really disagree with that. He wouldn't disagree with that part.
Well, my point was, because he didn't really answer that. So, and so I wasn't saying that he didn't believe that, but once you start getting into, like, you know, the characteristics of Allah and, you know, anthropomorphism and all that stuff, I was wondering, how could you deviate from that if we all believe in this, like this basic principle? And
real quick, he explained the Ash'ari Creed to me, right? Not in depth. But what he said really made sense. And the fact that they don't explain it at all. So it's like, stop.
Yeah, that's what he started doing when we talked.
Yeah, so that's how. So I can't. I'm not qualified to say right or wrong, but now I can't argue that point of an athletic creed if Allah says He has a hand and you interpret it as a hand, and you just don't. I mean, you don't interpret it as a hand. You just say Allah says this, and then that's it. That's the athletic creed in a nutshell. Like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Don't say, well, it's a hand look like this, but doesn't have fingers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just listen to what Allah says, and then full stop. Don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when the Imam Amin explained it to me. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Because listen, okay, now you're not trying to put anything onto it. Like I heard people say, Allah has two right hands because He can't have a left hand, and then He has a shin, but it's like a light shin. It's not like our shin.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now you see that those type of dudes really don't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. The ones who claim athlete that know what they're talking about, and they don't try to explain that word, believe it, Allah says that, and that's it, then I can understand that point now.
Yeah, but here's the thing that was a problem for me. Not what he said. It says, all right, if you think this, you understand that principle, and you don't go on to explain it, you just stop. But now there's people who aren't as intelligent as you, and they decide they're going to go on and keep explaining.
Yeah.
Because you never gave no real explanation for it. That's my problem with it. So that's what I like about the Ash'ari Creed. Like, all right, we're going to give you an explanation. It's not like that. That's figurative. That doesn't mean that. That makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So he said to me, well, what makes sense to you might not make sense to me. I agree with that. But I just wanted to know how. How doesn't that make sense? Why, if you notice that this is a problem in our community, that people are adding on to this nonsense, then why not, explain it? You know what I mean?
Why do you have to be the one to explain it?
Not that he has to. I don't think
psychology, interpretation is how you view it. If I say this wall right here is yellow, and then you saying it's blue, who's right? Or who's wrong? You can't argue right or wrong. You have to argue based on points.
Well, that's why in Islam...
So what if somebody say, you know what, I don't really want to...
But we have consensus. That's part of the reason why we have consensus. And we have people
consensus doesn't mean right or wrong. Though.
No, we have people who are more qualified than us who actually explain to us what the correct belief is.
What correct belief is to them. Everything's still...
No, not to them.
No, it's still interpretation, though. If they say correct belief, is their correct belief of how they see it, but it might not be how it is. Because, we have majority and minority, but minority doesn't mean wrong, and majority doesn't mean right.
No,
it just means that more people can interpret it this way than that way, but we can't say
no, not their interpretation. The majority with isnad back to Rasulullah sallallahu. So they're passing on this information, and it's verified that there's actual chain of narration that goes back to Rasulullah sallallahu. So then that's what would make it correct, right?
Again, it's about interpretation. Like example, I can't say the athletic creed is wrong. And
I wouldn't say that either.
That's what I'm saying. So if the athletic creed exists and it exists the way that it is, and that might be the minority opinion, we can't say, well, this is a stronger opinion because of this, and this. We just can't say.